Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into the wonderfully chaotic, honestly pretty high-stakes world of viral family vlogging. Listen, if you've ever scrolled through your feed and found yourself completely, inexplicably captivated by a bunch of siblings arguing inside a literal mansion, well, you definitely aren't alone. Today, we're going to look at a very specific case study to really understand the mechanics behind these digital blockbusters. We'll explore exactly how simple, everyday family dynamics get engineered into this gripping entertainment that's pulling in millions of views.
Just picture this for a second. Consider this title. Kunali ne G-Wagon Chaladi, Papa Bahut Gussa Hai. Right off the bat, we are instantly drawn in by the sheer, undeniable panic of this premise. You've got a teenager, Kunali, roaring the engine of a luxury G-Wagon right in the driveway of their absolute dream home. And to make matters worse, he's practicing his driving without a license, risking Papa's extreme anger. It is an absolute masterclass in grabbing your attention within the very first second.
Which brings us to the core question we're tackling in today's explainer. How exactly do creators take a simple, basic sibling dare and turn it into a high-stakes blockbuster? I want you to really consider the sheer genius behind taking ordinary household interactions and elevating them into a gripping, multi-million view spectacle. Because let's be real, this isn't just accidental home video footage we're talking about. It is a meticulously designed content machine.
So, to figure this out, we're going to break it down into 5 parts. 1. The perfect vlog hook. 2. Defining the strategy. 3. Manufacturing sibling drama. 4. Relatability meets extreme wealth. And finally, 5. Driving audience engagement.
All right, kicking things off with part 1, the perfect vlog hook, high stakes and heavy machinery. In our case study, the creator brilliantly uses extreme financial threats to lock you, the viewer, in immediately. They established that the keys to these luxury cars were left out on the studio table for literally just 1 minute. That is all it took for the chaos to kick off. And the creator maintains that intense hook beautifully, yelling at their brother, "If you drop that Italian marble vase, mommy is going to literally kick us out." It's so smart because it perfectly juxtaposes standard domestic discipline, that universal fear of your mom getting mad, with the extreme, completely unrelatable wealth of an Italian marble vase. It perfectly balances the everyday with the extraordinary.
Moving right along to section 2, defining the strategy, and specifically manufactured stakes.
So, what is the underlying engine running this whole thing? It's manufactured stakes. Basically, it's the practice of amplifying your everyday sibling squabbles by tossing in high-value props and extreme consequences to max out the perceived drama. Think of it like a Hollywood director blocking out a tense scene. The creator explicitly states right at the beginning of the vlog that the stakes for today's sibling dares are literally higher than the price tag of their brand new G-Wagon. I mean, you kind of have to keep watching just to see what kind of costly disaster might actually happen.
Which brings us to part 3, manufacturing sibling drama, the revenge plot. Now, every good explainer needs a strong narrative engine, and for this vlog, it's a classic revenge plot. The host casually announces they are torturing their brothers as payback. And why? Because in a previous video, the brothers pressure the host into cutting off their long hair. That's it! A simple grievance over a haircut suddenly becomes the high-octane fuel for a massive, multi-stage household gauntlet.
And this sibling gauntlet escalates across 3 grueling steps: Sahil's kitchen challenge, Kunali's car obstacle course, and Piyush's ghost room isolation. The consequence, if they fail? They're stuck doing chores for an entire week, specifically cleaning up after the family dog, Oreo. It's a hilariously grounded, normal punishment, constantly hanging over these highly unrelatable, luxurious challenges.
Let's break these down, starting with step 1, Sahil's healthy bowl challenge. So Sahil really prides himself on being the healthy one, right? His dare is to whip up a yogurt and chia seed healthy bowl just like Avantika makes. But here is where the manufactured drama kicks in. He has to do it in the open kitchen while the host is intentionally causing chaos, repeatedly commanding Alexa to turn off all the lights. So Sahil is just left blindly fumbling around with messy chia seeds in complete darkness. It's hilarious.
Then we've got step 2, Kunali's basement ninja crawl. The host actually reminds viewers of past lore here, pointing out that Kunali previously won a whopping 1 lock just by lifting up a hydraulic bed. But today, the challenge is way harder. Kunali has to navigate all the way down to the helpers' rooms in the basement to find a secret parcel hidden in the darkest corner. The catch is, he has to crawl on the floor like a movie ninja without triggering a single motion sensor light. And what makes this physical setup so fascinating is that it's not just your standard obstacle course. The host has tightly parked a Fortuner, a GLC, and the infamous G-Wagon with barely an inch of room between them. These luxury cars aren't just sitting there to flex the family's wealth, they are literally functioning as high-end physical obstacles that Kunali has to carefully squeeze his way past.
Finally, we hit step 3, Piyush's rooftop theater room isolation. Piyush's specific crime was that he'd been gaming way too much lately, so his custom-tailored punishment is to be locked in the pitch-dark theater room up on the rooftop for 30 long minutes, completely isolated from his beloved PS5.
All right, shifting gears slightly to Section 4, Relatability meets extreme wealth, the contrast technique.
You might be wondering, how does a creator actually keep an audience hooked when there is such a massive disparity in lifestyle? Well, it's by directly contrasting their past with their present. While they're watching Sahil struggle in the dark kitchen, the host reflects nostalgically on how they all used to bicker exactly like this back in their old rented houses. But then, they instantly pivot back to their modern-day reality. They are now bickering in a massively fancy kitchen, and if Sahil drops anything, he's going to be mopping up spilled chia seeds off a ridiculously expensive Italian marble floor.
It leads to this truly fascinating dynamic. The creator actually hits the nail on the head, saying, this is what happens when you have too much space in the house. It becomes a playground for dares. The massive dream home acts as both a literal stage and an active character in the vlog itself. They set this vibe up incredibly early on, pointing out the new studio's open sunroof and the way the sunlight perfectly hits their YouTube awards. The house isn't just a place they live, it is the core enabler of their entire content strategy.
And that leads us perfectly into our final section, Part 5, Driving Audience Engagement, the Climax.
Notice how meticulously this entire climax is designed to just farm retention. First off, the creator actively integrates the audience by playing smart speaker ghost sounds that were specifically suggested by fans down in the comments. Second, they engineer this hilarious visual contrast. The rest of the family gathers out on the terrace to eat rice paper dumplings, enjoying a beautiful mountain view, while Piyush is just suffering in the dark theater. And finally, the hook. They tease an even crazier dare for next time, having Kunali try to drive the Porsche, but only, of course, if the video hits a massive like goal.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to wrap up our explainer today. Does framing these super basic sibling squabbles around million-dollar luxury ruin the relatability, or does it actually enhance the entertainment value? I mean, we all know the feeling of annoying a sibling, but seeing it play out around a literal G-Wagon and Italian marble, it transforms it into an absolute spectacle. The family makes the house a home, but the luxury makes it a blockbuster. I highly encourage you to reflect on whether this evolution of domestic entertainment works on your own psychology the next time you find yourself clicking on a viral family vlog. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.